So Abyss is probably one of Deadlock's
I have the
best
spike.
maps to date. Partially just because it's very easy to get value with Deadlock Wall and Deadlock GravNet on any map, but on some maps it can be a bit difficult to get value with the Sonics. On this map, the Sonics are absolutely insane. There are incredible, basically unbreakable Sonics, and I will show them. I'm going to start in mid because I only have one thing to show mid, is a wall line. This wall line will block off ropes and prevent people from going past the bookshelf.
Blocking movement.
At this corner, it prevents people from going up bookshelf. It doesn't prevent people from crossing this area. But if you are over here, you cannot go on the ropes unless you break basically the big orb, because this orb will be hidden from you. Now you can actually break it, but it's difficult. You kind of gotta feel around for it once it's hidden from you. Alternatively, someone could break it from this side, but no one's probably going to do that. If they do, you're still getting a lot of value. To do it, you want to be in this corner, and you're going to want to aim. There's a dot kind of right underneath the left side of your health, like near where the shield icon is. It's at the very end of the line. You want to position it basically
Over
right
there.
See, I'm lining up in the center of the star. Kind of wish I didn't put a star. It's harder to see. But you should just be able to run forward, and then when you hit kind of that last gray line, you'll see what I mean when I do it. You want to jump up and throw it.
Barrier deployed.
That one is not perfect, and this one is a little finished. Partially because I had pinged that area. I can exactly see what I was doing. Suyana, yeah, exactly. Put it to the left of that line. Run up.
Barrier deployed.
That should be enough. Yep. Cannot get to that. So that is great if they keep aggressively. Now on to the A attack. And honestly, there isn't a whole lot. If they are playing on the high ground, obviously.
Throwing net.
Nade the back.
No escape. Throwing net.
Basically anywhere on the site pretty easily. If you want to nade the high ground without them seeing you, I've tried a lot of different lineups. There might be one out there. I couldn't find one. But honestly, once you see just like this sliver of the high ground,
No escape.
just check the net. You'll be able to nade them, and they will not be able to see you here.
Throwing net.
Oh, it was a little off,
Throwing net.
but very easy to do. You can also prevent rotations by kind of like lining up near this gray pillar on your left, pressing against the wall, and aiming at the top of this triangle. And then when you get halfway through the triangle, you just jump and toss.
Blocking movement.
This is really good for blocking off any rotations this way, and it will at least encourage enemies to rotate around this direction, unless they break the big one, which is certainly possible. But on defense on A, unlimited options with your Sonic. Putting it behind this pillar is excellent.
Listening.
But the best ones are over the pit. So if they
Over
often
there.
plant default a lot, you can just put a Sonic
Listening.
over there, and most people just will never see it. Go up, plant, and be stunned. If they're planting on bridge, you can the same idea.
Sound sensor
Just
up.
put it far back there and below the ground. People are going to be looking this direction. They're not going to see them. But you've got options. You can also just put it in front of the choke, and they won't be able to
Sound
see it
sensor
until
up.
they get close. This is especially strong if you have a character that is smoking off this entrance. They will walk right into the sonic sensor. On B, you have even better sonics, but at least for the attack, if you want to be nading kind of this area
Over there.
where people often will rat in, you can look for this kind of light and aim your crosshair to the left of this square.
No escape.
And it will land in this back area. Now I got a little lucky. It's kind of difficult to cover the left side.
Throwing net.
But you can pretty easily at very least cover most of this back area that people are going to be playing in. If you want to cover this right side, what you're going to want to do is kind of just line yourself up so that you can't see any of that blue, and aim at this line, look at the top of it, and just kind of roll.
No escape.
Chuck it. Exact, and it will need all of this and on top of the box, which are going to be most commonly the places that people are going to be playing. If you are defending, one of the best trips that you can do is down here. Now, it will be very difficult for the attackers to find, even if they know that you're doing this, especially because you can do it anywhere basically across this area. You want to have enough, basically a solid amount of the blue box that they can hit as they're walking up. But even the part that isn't being hit, the green that isn't being covered by the blue box, will still get stunned. So if you put it right here,
Listening.
once a enemy crosses like this line, this whole area will get stunned. And it is very difficult for the attackers to deal with this. They have to get very close to the edge to break it. You can also do the same thing when you're over here, and both these are a little tricky because there will be a wall up at the start of the round, so you cannot get this set up beforehand. So you will likely be playing B, but the attacking kind of barrier is
Over
so
there.
far away that you will very easily have time to put both these down. When you put that down, you want to get a little close to the edge and another
Listening.
over there, which will, you can kind of see on the right to see that it will basically cover most of this rock. Alternatively, you can just put one
Sound
on this
sensor
wall.
up.
That will probably be enough, but that one can be broken. This one basically can't. They just can't cross this right side if you put a trip here. So it's very strong for that reason, although it is a little difficult to do because of the barrier at the start of the game. And with that, those are the main lineups that I have for Abyss. If it was useful, like the video. Otherwise, that is all I have.